What if I told you there are cars that never go to the gas station, ever? They don't need a single drop of gas, they don't have tailpipes that puff out smoke, and they're super quiet like a sneaky cat on a carpet. Sounds like something from a superhero movie, right? But these cars are very real, and you might have seen them around already. They're called electric cars, and today we're going to break down exactly how they work without using gas at all. Welcome to Explain Like I'm 5, where we take mind-bending topics and break them down into fun, easy-to-understand stories. Ready to get curious? Let's dive in. Imagine you have a toy car. Some of them run on tiny batteries, right? You push a button or use a remote, and zoom! It races across the floor. Now imagine a grown-up-sized version of that toy car, big enough for real people to sit in, drive on highways, and even go on road trips. That's basically what an electric car is, a full-sized car that runs on electricity, not gas. Traditional cars, the ones that go vroom vroom and need gas, work kind of like this. They have an engine that burns gasoline, and that burning makes little explosions inside the engine. These tiny explosions push parts around, and that spinning makes the wheels turn. It's like lighting a campfire every time you want to move. Fun, but very smoky and not so great for the air we breathe. Electric cars, on the other hand, don't have explosions, no fire, no smoke. Instead, they have a big battery and an electric motor. The battery sends electricity to the motor, and the motor spins the wheels. That's it, super simple. It's like turning on a fan with a switch instead of lighting a fire to make it spin. Much easier and way cleaner. Now, the battery in an electric car isn't like the little batteries in your TV remote or game controller. It's more like a giant version of your phone battery, but way more powerful. And just like your phone, when the battery runs low, you plug it in. Instead of a gas station, you go to a charging station, or even plug it into your house wall socket. Some people charge their cars while they sleep, so it's ready to go in the morning, kind of like how you charge your tablet overnight. So why does this matter? Well, gas-powered cars are like the messy kid in art class. They get the job done, but they leave paint everywhere. Electric cars are more like the neat kid who somehow finishes their project with zero mess. Gas cars release something called carbon dioxide, or CO2, which is a gas that makes the planet hotter. Too much of it, and we get all sorts of problems like weird weather, melting ice, and even animals losing their homes. Electric cars don't puff out CO2 from their tailpipes. Because, surprise, most of them don't even have tailpipes. That's one reason a lot of people think electric cars are better for the planet. But let's go a little deeper. What happens when you press the pedal in an electric car? In a regular gas car, it takes a little while for the engine to get going. But in an electric car, the response is instant. The electricity zooms from the battery to the motor and you take off right away. That's why electric cars often feel super zippy, like riding a roller coaster that's always ready to launch. And guess what? Because electric motors have fewer moving parts than gas engines, they usually need less fixing. No oil changes, fewer breakdowns. It's like switching from a toy that needs winding up every few minutes to one that just keeps working as long as the batteries are charged. Okay, but let's not pretend everything is perfect. Electric cars do have some challenges. For one, charging takes longer than filling up a gas tank. Even with fast chargers, you'll be waiting 20 to 30 minutes to get a good charge. If you're at home using a regular outlet, it can take overnight or even longer. That means you have to plan a bit more, especially on long trips. Also, charging stations aren't everywhere, yet. In big cities, you'll see them more often, but if you live out in the middle of nowhere, it might be hard to find one. Imagine having a juice box but nowhere to poke your straw. Not fun. And here's another thing people talk about: the batteries. Making those big car batteries takes special materials that have to be dug out of the ground. That can be tricky and sometimes causes pollution too. Plus, when the batteries get old, they need to be recycled properly. So while electric cars are cleaner than gas cars when driving, we still have to be smart about how we build and get rid of them. But here's the cool part. People are working on all those problems. Scientists are inventing better batteries that charge faster, last longer, and are easier to recycle. Cities are building more charging stations, even in parking lots and grocery store spaces. Some chargers even use solar panels, so you're charging your car using sunlight. Imagine that, driving a car powered by sunshine. And here's something wild to think about. Some electric cars are starting to do even more than just drive. Some can actually give power back to your house if the lights go out. Others can talk to each other and help avoid accidents. It's like cars are turning into really smart robots with wheels. There's also something called regenerative braking, which sounds fancy but is actually pretty simple. When you press the brakes in a gas car, all that motion turns into heat and gets wasted. But in an electric car, braking can send some of that energy back into the battery, like eating your leftovers instead of throwing them away. So stopping your car actually helps you go a little farther later. Sneaky smart, right? More and more companies are jumping on the electric car train, or should I say highway. Even the big names that used to only make loud, gas-guzzling cars are now building quiet, clean electric ones. There are even electric trucks and buses. Someday we might even have electric airplanes. And here's the dream. What if all cars were electric someday? Imagine a street with no engine noises, no smoky air, and no waiting in long lines at gas stations. Just clean, smooth rides and cars that charge while you sleep or shop. That future might sound like a fairy tale, but it's actually getting closer every year. But remember, whether it's electric or not, the most important part of a car is the person driving it. Being kind, safe, and thoughtful on the road is something no battery or motor can replace. That part's still all you. So, the next time you see a car go by without making a sound, and you wonder, how is that even moving without gas? You'll know. It's not magic. It's just a big battery, a smart motor, and a whole lot of clever thinking. And maybe someday, when you grow up, you might invent the next great electric car. One that charges in 5 minutes, runs on recycled rainbows, or folds up to fit in your backpack. Who knows? That's the fun part about learning how things work. The more you know, the more you can imagine. Now go ahead, ask someone if you can spot an electric car next time you're outside. They might look just like any other car, but underneath, they're running on sparks instead of fire. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comments. See you next time on Explain Like I'm 5.